Pacifica Radio, I'm Christina Onnested. Israeli forces dropped leaflets in Gaza's southern city of Rafah, ordering people in parts of the city to flee, a sign an Israeli ground invasion is imminent. Louise Waterridge is a spokesperson for UNRWA, the United Nations Relief and Works Agency that provides aid to Palestinians. The organization is refusing to flee Rafah.
We're genuinely devastated to wake up today and have the reality that is the leaflet drop and, reports of evacuations beginning. There's nowhere to go. Nobody has a clear path where to go. There is no advice on where to go. There is no safety to be led to. So in each circumstance, in each family now, it's a lot of panic and a lot of chaos, because even though we're hearing the evacuation orders are confined to a small area in Rafah, mid the east of Rafah, you can imagine as people start to move, the panic is going to spread.
Gaza's health ministry is reporting Israeli strikes across the strip have killed 52 Palestinians in the last 24 hours, about half of them in Rafah. Some 90 others were wounded. As a ground invasion is imminent, Israel shut down the media offices of Al Jazeera in Jerusalem, one of the only media outlets with journalists in Gaza and the southern city of Rafah. In a statement, the Al Jazeera media network said Israel's ongoing suppression of the free press, seen as an effort to conceal its actions in the Gaza Strip, stand in contravention of international and humanitarian law. Israel's direct targeting and killing of journalists, arrests, intimidation, and threats will not deter Al Jazeera from its commitment to cover, whilst more than 140 Palestinian journalists have been killed since the beginning of the war on Gaza. Unquote. Pacifica Radio once broadcast Al Jazeera in English. Hamas said in a statement its armed military wing, the Qassam Brigades, and other militants are ready to, quote, defend its people and defeat Israel in Rafah. Hamas attacked the Kerem Shalom border crossing, Israel says, killing 4 soldiers. It said it's closed the entry of humanitarian aid through the crossing indefinitely. Israel's war in Gaza is also creating a sanitation crisis with major destruction on infrastructure, including garbage collection and sewage treatment. Pacifica's Gaza correspondent Rami Amigari reports from the central Gaza Strip.
Since the outbreak of the war, local municipality crews began concentrating solid garbage of Maghazi refugee camp right on the entrance of the camp. Local residents and others complain of a spirit of mosquitoes and bad smell around. Dr. Yahya Faris is a displaced resident from Gaza City.
When I
walk down the street, I can simply diagnose some cases that we have never seen widely before, and then I refer a case to the proper health authority. Among these diseases are malaria, hepatitis, typhoid, vomiting, and diarrhea.
Muhammad Al-Bar is in charge of health and sanitation with the Maghazi municipality.
Almost 20 tons of solid garbage are collected right at this location. Currently, there are 3,500 tons here.
Al-Bar also revealed that there are other problems in some parts of the refugee camp, including concentration of sewage water caused by an Israeli military operation through Maghazi a few months ago. For Pacifica Radio, KPFA, I am Rami Al-Mighari in Gaza.
Russia's defense ministry says it plans to hold drills simulating the use of battlefield nuclear weapons. The ministry says the drills are in response to provocative statements and threats of certain Western officials about the Russian Federation. It's the first time Russia's publicly announced drills involving tactical nuclear weapons, though its strategic nuclear forces regularly hold exercises. Russia's state media says Moscow's put Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky on its wanted list. The commander of Ukraine's ground forces is also on the list. Russian officials have not provided details. The judge in Donald Trump's hush money trial has sanctioned him for again violating a gag order, fining the former president $1,000 today and warning future violations could result in jail time. Witness testimony set to resume in New York as well in Trump's criminal election trial in what prosecutors prosecutors say was a scheme to influence the 2016 presidential election by buying and burying negative stories about Trump, including an alleged affair with an adult film star. The trial is in its 12th day. Trump's accused of falsifying internal business records to cover up hush money payments, recording them instead as legal expenses. He's pled not guilty. President Joe Biden's finalized a rule change in Obamacare that will open the health care market to tens of thousands of immigrants who came to the U.S. as children, but who don't qualify for government health insurance because they lack legal status. I'm Christina Onnested, reporting for Pacifica Radio.